Wow.
Hey,
Let me uh let me just add this thing, but we'll go ahead and start it. So y'all already know what it is. It's your man, SumOfMan, like the Grand Total. We're here with my friend Noir King and another good friend of mine, Mr. Age Scott, aka Agezilla, and we're on Black Man Meet. Tonight we're gonna be talking about relationships and also some drama in the video game industry. I think that relationships is the harder of the two, so we should definitely start with the video game drama. Nora King, do you want to educate us real quick one time for the one time?
oh yeah, one time for the one time again. Thank you everybody out there in TV land for showing up tonight. Man, so a lot of stuff has been happening in the video game world today. If you guys do not know, one of the biggest companies, video game wise, out there right now, Blizzard Activision. They're responsible for the Warcraft, Call of Duty, Hearthstone, like a whole bunch of stuff, right? And apparently, their office is like a frat house, and it is quite terrible. Uh, so many cases of sexual misconduct between staff members, uh, female members being forced to drink in the office, like after hours and on the job. Like,
That's crazy.
so right now, um, they're having massive walkouts, right? And it's so crazy with this because like people online that play their games, Call of Duty, Warcraft, things of this such, they're attacking YouTubers and like media personnel who are covering these stories because they're like, no, 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 no. These people just need to like, mind their own business and like, you know, keep their mouth shut and just be happy that they're working for companies like this. Like these are some of the comments that have been left on these dudes' posts, and that to me is just unacceptable. Like, come on, man. We as video game nerds, we need to do better. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, ah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
isn't
And
it?
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, no, I was just gonna say, it. So yeah, it does have massive effects, uh, going forward for Call of Duty and Warcraft moving forward. Who knows? They might actually lose these titles. How crazy would that be if Activision, if Treyarch had to take Call of Duty back?
Mm-hmm.
Like they were forced to take it back. That'd be crazy.
You know what system are you on? What system are you playing on right now?
Well, right now I'm playing on the PS5, PS5ers here. Uh, Man, we've been streaming a lot of Persona. Just played a Mortal Kombat tournament not too long ago. Did not win. Uh, my first opponent actually was a pro. Like he was in a team. He was part of FGC or
What? That's
FC.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It was not fun for me. But yeah. So yeah, I'm on the PS5, but I'm also on the Xbox. Um, and I have a Switch. So I like to diversify. Try and get in on all the nice meaty games coming out there, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I got too many.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
it'd be way too many fun games on this mug to really choose. To
Project
be
L.
honest, you look, I like Project L. Um, but honestly, I feel like a lot of cats are gonna get into it and they're not gonna be good at it, and it's gonna be hella toxic. To be real, I just feel like it's gonna be a whole ass shit show because these kids they don't know what they're getting into, bro. They're like,
No, they
yeah,
don't.
I want this, and it's like, do you really want that, bro?
They
Do
don't
you
know.
really want that? Do you really want that smoke? Like, have you
But
ever?
have you ever? No, I'm happy that Arc System Works is gonna take care of this one. No, I have confidence that they'll bring something good to the table as they usually do.
Okay.
Um, but yeah. Besides that Activision Blizzard stuff, man, there's been a couple other things that have been going down. Let's talk about Tekken for a second. Okay. Tekken 7, if you guys don't know, also is on the verge of a re-release. This is not a update, okay? This is a literal re-release of Tekken 7. Mind-blowing, but the most damning part of it, one, they're asking you for full price.
No, they're asking you for more than full price.
Oh, whoa, excuse me.
It's like
More than
$120, bro.
Whoa, that's already unacceptable. Then number two, you don't even get all of the DLC. So like I think it's all the non mainline DLC characters. You don't even get them in this pack. So
Right.
like Noxus, Geese, Negan, and one other person. Because I think Leroy, I know Leroy, Fakarum, Julie, Kamimitsu, and what's her face you get, but the other ones you got to pay for. That's messed up. You already
that's
paid
some cool shit.
a ridiculous amount of money for this game. Now you ask me to pay money on top of that? Preposterous. Preposterous.
Right. They tax them, to be real.
Yes.
To be real. Got to be real.
To be real.
Wait. You're saying that they're charging $120 for this video game, not the console, but just the game.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And then when you spend the $120, when you, oh my God, that's already out, boy. Yes. And the funniest thing is somebody's gonna pay for it.
Oh no, I know. I mean, to be fair, now this is just personal confession, right? I own 2 copies of Tekken 7. Okay, 2. I own them on both the Xbox and the PlayStation. And I have the ultimate version on the Xbox, which I got for sale. Because I'm trying never to pay full price. But that just leads me into my next thing too, which if you guys don't know, sad to say, Jump Force this month was announced that Jump Force will be shutting down its servers in the next few months. They are throwing in the towel, which is interesting because I don't know if the game will be able to be played offline. So I own it, right? So now I'm like, damn, yeah. Again, on sale. It's $5 on the PlayStation Store right now.
That's
throwing it out there.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
It's a crazy game too. I mean, if you guys, what's the best way to put it? If you like, the spirit of Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, because that's what it is. It's the spirit of Tenkaichi, the ability to have the 3D plane. That's about where it stops, though.
Yeah, that sounds dope, though.
I definitely does.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay, sorry, I was getting this text thing.
It's good. Do your fizzle.
So, do you have any of the names of the people at Activision?
This is pretty much the head developer all the way, like the president of Activision, all the way down. Yeah. So, are they trying to? Yeah, they're in the middle of trying to make this dude step down. Unfortunately, I don't have the thing in front of me, so I can't just pull up their names right now. But yeah, it was a lot of people. That's right.
Look it up. So everything about the Activision lawsuit explained, right? And so, what it says here, there's a lawsuit. Horrendous behavior. Many women were, they say, allegedly sexually assaulted, harassed, and psychologically traumatized, while the folks in power at the companies involved seemingly did little to stop or limit this behavior. Fair employment and housing. After a years-long investigation, multiple women suffering from daily harassment and abuse while working at Activision. Former and current employees stepping forward. Let me see if I can get some names. Blizzard Harasser from lawsuit is still all over World of Warcraft fans' dismay. So this is apparently the harasser. Afrasabi worked for Blizzard as recently as June 2020, when he apparently left the company with seemingly minimal mention to the confusion of the few fans who noticed his departure. Although Afrasabi was gone, his presence still lingers in World of Warcraft. Kotaku was able to confirm the existence of at least 2 NPCs that continue to bear his name, in addition to a number of items that directly reference him.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, mad influence.
Right. And it says widespread sexual allegations. And so I think that this Fasabi dude is like the main dude, but what it seems like is the issues that the people who are at the top didn't really do enough about it to, to stop it, and it's been going on for a number of years.
Yeah, from what I heard, the director actually had a case against him as well too. Like the main president of Blizzard, he got hit with a sexual allegation case too. Apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. So they said that their social media has been down, has been dead. The ex-Blizzard boss says Mike Morhaime to the women, "I failed you." Mm-hmm. Blizzard co-founder and longtime boss Mike Morhaime took to Twitter just after midnight Friday to comment on the widespread allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination of the company he held for so long. "To the Blizzard women who experienced any of these things, I am extremely sorry that I failed you." He wrote, "I hear you, I believe you, and I'm sorry to let you down." And also, the co-creator of Diablo, he says, "We failed, and I'm sorry. To all of you at Blizzard, those of you I know and those of you who I've never met, I offer you my deepest apologies for the part I played in a culture that fostered harassment, inequality, and indifference." Man, it'll take some cojones to be able to be honest about that kind of stuff.
No, I mean, I feel like for them, what it was is that some of those cats, like, they come in, they be new, they probably didn't know, they weren't about it, and eventually somebody was just like, "Hey man, chicks around here are pretty cool," and that's the next thing you know, it just starts working its way up, and before you know it, the people up top realize that they're, air quotes here, top programmers are the dudes that are doing this shit. Mm-hmm. So now what do? Now you like, damn, well, do I get rid of these dudes who's bringing in mad numbers? They got mad fans.
And programming the best games and having the best storylines, give me all the money and shit.
Facts.
Right.
Or do I play the hero and try to save myself and expose this dude and potentially ruin my career? Because if I say something and I'm wrong, you feel me? Now I'm worse off because he's gonna quit, and that's boom. Now my shareholders is gonna look at me like I'm stupid because I let my cash cow walk away. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like it's terrible that people have to look at it like that, right?
Right, and that they even have to make that kind of decision
in
the first place.
See?
Right, and that they have to apologize for creating a culture where people were getting exploited. Like,
yes,
and it's like some of these people had nothing to do with it, right? But the other side of the equation is that, people are feeling like they didn't do enough to stop it or to prevent it, and they created, and they feel like it had a culture of harassment. It says over 2,000 Activision Blizzard employees signed letter condemning company's response to allegations. That's crazy.
No.
2,000. And they said that it's abhorrent and insulting, the company's response.
Oh, yeah, no. It is...
2,000 were tuned into what's going on. Mm-hmm. And...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it says hundreds of current and former employees from across Activision Blizzard have signed a letter to the company's management calling its response to a recent lawsuit alleging widespread sexual harassment and discrimination at some of its offices abhorrent and insulting. So this is both people who are current employees and former employees, and it's been happening over a number of years. And so at least 2,000 people have seen it and recognized it enough to be like, I got to sign a petition about it. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. All right, and it gets crazier. It gets crazier. Blizzard devs say some men were sexually harassed too. Reports included unwanted shoulder rubs, being propositioned for sex, sexual harassment within their first day, and even a game around the office where men would try to grope one another's genitals. Men men were trying to grope each other's genitals. So it's like men grabbing each other's nuts, and it's a game, right? These allegations haven't been as widely reported as the litany of testimonials from harassed women, but they also point to how systemic the issues were at the company.
I was just about to say that's more pressing to the underlying issue of just dudes feeling so comfortable that they can get away with whatever. And
Right.
they just do whatever.
Right.
Like
it's like we're all grabbing each other's nuts here. Why can't we grab them by the pussy?
Facts.
And then you got to think of the atmosphere. It's a video game office. I mean, you know, it's like fun. It's like, I mean, I'm not justifying anything, but when you think of, I mean, I see kids who like grab their nuts, and that's just weird.
Right,
but like, that's what dudes do. I mean, weird dudes. Not me and my partners. I'm not pleased at all. No, please. Let me just put that out there.
Who you is, bro? You grab my nuts, we having problems.
No, we just never think about grabbing my nuts.
For real. If I even dream about you grab my nuts, I'm about to call you in the middle of the night, bro. Like,
stop having me dream about you grab my nuts. You stupid.
You been real stuck lately.
Yeah, bro. It's 2 in the morning. I had a dream about you grab my nuts. Yeah, my mind got my dream.
Like, stop it. You need to wake your ass up.
Wake up, nigga. Like, answer your phone. Call hella times till he wakes up.
For real.
What do you want? Nas, you okay? Bruh.
Bro, I had his dream, bro. Like, I can't get it out of my head, bro. Like,
wake up. You fucked up, bro. I'm sleeping. I gotta go to. Gotta get up in 3 hours, bro. You tripping.
Man, I'm saying.
How you get here. But, you know, that's kind of interesting that you said it was like 2,000 people who signed petitions seeing this stuff. And you gotta, like you said, how you ask yourself, like, dang, how you not do nothing or say nothing? But then think about it, though. Like, here you go. You worked your whole life. Now you went to school. You sucked at school. Then you go to Activision Blizzard. And they like, hey, day one, check this out. It's just like fucking college. You know how you didn't get none in college?
Exactly. Bro, I mean, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm thinking I'm going to work at Activision. It's like a cool atmosphere. Probably a lot of hot young chicks that are like in my shit. But you know what it is? Also, what it is, guys, is we're also from a different era where, well, I mean, okay, I'm like I said, I'm not justifying anything, but back in the day, things weren't so under the microscope where, like, I mean, people, the allegations of sexual assault and whatnot, like shoulder rubs. Okay, a shoulder rub. I get it that you may feel violated, but it's a shoulder rub. I'm not gonna call my boss if the new hot chick first day rubs her shoulder against me. I'm not gonna report that to the boss.
Is that men are rubbing each other's shoulders, and with a company like Activision, it's like you might get some new kids in, some new faces in, but a lot of these people are veterans. You know what I'm saying? Activision Blizzard been out for like decades at this point. You know, and so it's like when they started, they were young and the shit was cool. Like they was playing grab bash and shit. But now they're older people bringing in more people, and that grab bash shit is just not cool no more.
yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, bro.
Not saying that was like, I got cats that I work with that are kind of older, and they tell me like, yeah, man, back when we was working, like, chicks was all about it. You know, they come around with the, you know, they know. So they come around with the extra tight pants, and you knew like, okay, cool, that was one. She ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, that was so long ago though, when literally your options were, if I don't find a husband at the bar, I'm finding one at work. You feel me? Like that, but that's how it was. So like, it was cool. But then as, you know, social media started to really take over, that type of atmosphere drifted away, because then it was like, well, now you got so many more options. You feel me? I may not want to be, you know, that, you know, super strong buff dude in real life, but online I'm fucking 6-pack rip. You feel me? And I get all the ladies. I talk to everybody. You feel me?
And we got 2 questions in the chat real quick. Question number 1: have you dealt with something like this in a workplace before? And then tell us, or like a woman close to you, and how'd you handle it? Well, to me, if a woman tells me, I always tell them all the time, If somebody is harassing you or saying something to you, tell me. All right, and I'll go handle his ass. Straight up, because we're not doing that funny shit around here.
Okay, I got a true story. I'm gonna make it quick too, though. But I was a security working at a bar, and I'm wearing the orange shirts and all, and people are drinking. The girls are drinking. They're cute, short skirts and the whole shit. And I literally would watch that one female who has that the badunkadunk. Dudes would grab her behind when she walks by. And she would like make a look or sometimes like swat a hand away. But then I would say like, "Excuse me, ma'am." I put it to something like, "If it's a problem, do you want me to say something to these dudes?"
Right.
And she said, "This is not really a problem." Like, I mean, and I know it's everyone is to each their own, but in a way, but you know, it's also a smutty bar. So, you know what I'm saying? Like people, you get some type of weird drunken attention. It's weird, but like, you know, she didn't mind it. But everyone is to each their own, you know what I'm saying? To each, because I'm not going to say that every female is like that, but right. I mean, I've actually seen a female be like, you know, I don't like that attention, but I don't like it enough to make a big scene about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's kind of a choice sometimes when it comes to women. It's like, you know, she could make a scene about it, but then what are the repercussions on her? Right?
Well, you know, I've never been a female one day in my life, so I'm going to speculate as best as I can. And I'm not the most fluent in relationships either, so you know,
we will get to that. Hey, Anna's here. Hi, Anna. How you doing?
Anna.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay. Nora King, you ever got any experiences like that?
Man, where people have come to me, not really. No, not really. I don't give off that vibe of like, oh yeah, you should go talk to that guy, which is kind of ironic, seeing that, you know, my adopted mom had a like a whole thing on domestic violence. Like I had to do the whole course and all that. Like I can actually like counsel women who have been afflicted by domestic violence if I so choose to go down that path. But that's not me.
Well, see, I can't counsel not a damn thing, but I can whoop in the gas.
Facts. But see, I mean, like a lot of it though, it goes back to people and how they react to situations. I mean, because for instance, with this blizzard, like you said, with the shoulder touches, some people be like, okay, whatever, this dude is weird, and they move on. You feel me? But then again, you can also get a situation like that, and then you see all these other people saying shit. Now you're like, okay, cool, let me fan the flames. Let me jump into it, you know? You gotta be careful, man. It's a two-edged sword.
Right. You know? And you know what? That actually reminds me of a story. So there are not really many times personally where women have been violated around me and they've had to like address it, because I'm around a lot of women who wouldn't really deal with that kind of shit. Like my mom, for example, she'll beat the nigga ass before I'll beat the nigga's ass. All right. And I don't know. I don't really hang around dudes who would be touching women inappropriately. Really, is the thing. But there was a huge explosion of sexual allegations in the Smash world, in the Smash scene. And I was a Smash commentator, I was a Smash pro player, whatever. And that turned me off about the game. But one of my friends, right, he had allegations come against him, but it wasn't really like sexual allegations from women. It was other men who that felt like he had touched him inappropriate, right? And I get it. I get why they felt that way. Because he would say like sus shit to them. He would like grab their leg or some shit like that to make them get off their game or whatever the fuck. And he would mess with people in that way. And I talked to him about that. And I'm like, I know that you have a good heart and that you don't really mean to offend people like this. But also, these motherfuckers, they can't handle that kind of shit. They don't want to play around like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do the same kind of shit to me because you know that I'm not gonna fuck around with that shit. Okay, you fucking grab my leg or say some such shit in my ear, you got problems, and that's why you don't do it to me. But you do it to them because you feel like they're not gonna say nothing to you. They're not gonna aggress you. But that doesn't mean that they're not gonna feel some kind of way about it, right? That doesn't mean it's not gonna really make them uncomfortable. And that's the other side of the equation. Like, yeah, they might not be saying something, but it's because this nigga is frozen in fear. Okay, this nigga's scared to address you. He's scared to talk about it. Like, how the fuck do you as a man be like, hey man, this dude, I was at a tournament the other day, and this dude, he grabbed my leg and made me feel real uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say to him. Like, what the fuck are you telling
That's punching. I don't know. I'm punching somebody.
But some men, they don't have that mentality. I'm socking the fuck out of you, boy. I'm socking the afro off your head. Grabbing my damn leg. I'm like, give me this controller, nigga. You lost.
Nigga. Yeah, you lost. Nigga, just take care.
Just take a L, bro. Nigga, don't be fucking touching me like that.
That's why Sony had to buy Evo, because all those kids started coming forward about Smash and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's why they pulled out. That's why Nintendo pulled out of Evo.
Right.
Ain't that some crazy stuff? Damn, dude. The people at Evo was up in there, like you said, whispering in the kids' ears. And again, it's so hard to say no when you got somebody who has something that you want.
Right. You have somebody who's like in a position of power over you.
Power, thank you. Yeah.
You know, or you just feel like you're powerless. And that's kind of the crowd that a game like Smash attracts. You know what I'm saying? People who might be easier to be taken advantage of by somebody who has a strong personality.
You're describing like someone who just got pissed on by R. Kelly. I feel like I'm like, am I getting peed on by R. Kelly right now?
Right. But some people are like that, and it's like this is the kind of shit that happens when you take shit to a certain level, and you're really not thinking about who the person is, right, and what you're really doing and what kind of impact that shit has on this other person. I'm not that kind of person, but some people are, and you know, sometimes we gotta stand up for these mugs. And some people are like, nah, bro, like put your dick away, R. Kelly. Like, stop talking to these young ass girls. Stop fucking touching girls inappropriately. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're never gonna get a girl like that. It's like these red pill motherfuckers, man. These red pill people. It's funny, right? My lady, she tells a story about a time when I went to kiss her, and then she moved her cheek, right? Because she wasn't ready to kiss me at the time, and so I was like, okay, right? And she tells that as a story because I didn't react hella crazy, and I'm like, what kind of motherfucker would I be if I reacted hella crazy?
Exactly.
Like, what am I gonna do? Force you to kiss me? Then you gonna sit back and resent me later on, and you gonna fucking wind up spilling hot grits on me.
Oh my god, y'all, you're killing me right now. And I want to say, hello, ma'am. I would like to give compliments to your beautiful wife. How you doing, ma'am?
Thank you.
I know she's in the house somewhere. Hey.
Yeah. And she also said it really should be case by case. Asking when you see it is the best ally kind of thing to do. I agree with that. It's unfortunate that we talk about these things for such behavior. Right. And she had another question, and I think Noir King, this will be relevant to you. She says, do you feel like fan service contributes to this kind of behavior?
Oh, 110%. I mean, do you think a rebuttal. Do you think that the scene right now would be as it is if people weren't like hyping up this shit? Like, would Call of Duty be where it is, or Madden, or any of this, if the people weren't like, we need this, we have to have it, like it has to be this way? I mean, two prime examples of this, right? Ubisoft is one of my favorite.
Wait, no. So fan service. When I say fan service, I mean like the anime kind of fan service.
Oh, you mean like anime fan? Oh, like TNA. Okay, that's a hard. That actually is a better one. Okay, I got one. In the game Persona, somebody did a review on it, and at the end of it, they said I'm deducting points because at the end of the game, they have all the female characters stripped down and do a burlesque show, right? Mind you, Persona is about high school kids, so I can understand where he was like, whoa, right? But at the same time, there's people out there who love fan service. I mean, One Piece, my absolute favorite anime on earth, has 2 characters in there.
Wait. You One Piece? You mean 35 characters? You mean every female character in there?
Not every female character.
Even the snakes. Even the snakes. I'm like, bro, why are these snakes?
But I say that because Nami and Robin are literally are in that series for no other reason than to get 17 to 25-year-olds to buy One Piece. That's it. That's the only reason why Oda draws them. And he's like, yep, I'm not even gonna hide that. Like, I'm not even gonna put that and be like, haha, nope. In any of your favorite animes, whenever you see a character, a female character bend over or a guy take his shirt off, get blasted and his shirt falls off, boom. That's fan service.
Yeah, when the skirt scoots up a little and you see the panties just a tidbit, isn't? Yeah, my favorite anime is Fooly Cooly.
Oh yeah, right. Which is like low key about a adult child relationship, right?
Yeah, Fooly Cooly's nuts. That's my shit.
It's I mean it's some real shit though. I ain't gonna lie, and it covers some topics in a way that no other anime has ever covered before.
Fooly Cooly's dope. Yeah.
And to me, some of it, right, makes things that are taboo not taboo, and it can create space for people to talk about certain shit. But what's crazy, right, is that Japan is the creator of anime and anime games and anime movies and all that kind of shit. They're like the biggest, I would say, fan service people out there. America has crazy fan service. We know sex sells, but fan service, they really go to town.
It's originated from there, right. And I feel like American cartoons and animation, like overseas animation, it's the stuff we're talking about is still so like kiddie and fun, but like it's some really serious, really trippy Paprika. There's some really trippy shit. Like, man, there's some really wild ones out there. Mm-hmm. So, and some that are so wild that I don't even want to watch them because it's like tentacle penises and all this crazy shit.
It's like it might have a good storyline, but I can't with this.
Yeah, it's just too weird.
Right, but check this out though. The crazy part about it is that Japan, they actually have trouble. Japanese men have trouble getting into relationships with Japanese women because the Japanese men are so submissive. But this is the kind of media that they're looking at. They're looking at animes where like harem animes or ecchi animes where people are dating multiple people and where there's hella fan service and there's all this kind of shit, right? But the men there, they don't go out and replicate the behavior. They're animes that cover like rape fantasies or power fantasies, but the Japanese men themselves don't even treat the women like that, which is crazy. And here in America, though, men are very hyper aggressive. I think there's a lot of machismo here in America. We treat sometimes other men like women. Okay. And I think it's really the American culture and the Western culture that's kind of like bringing that out, because we have a culture of dominance. There's always this air of like dominating or being better than somebody else, or, you know, pressing somebody. Going back to the story about my homie, it's like he's trying to get under people's skin by abusing his power, right? He knows that they're not going to say anything. He doesn't really understand how uncomfortable that he's making them. He thinks it's just part of the game, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? There's real impacts of those kind of things. And I think it's more of a Western kind of ideal to force yourself onto somebody else and to force your culture on somebody else.
Can I speak on something about Japan real quick too, on a quick side note?
Yes, sir.
Even though we are talking about anime right quick, in Japan, the justice system in Japan is so much different and so like skewed differently than it is in America. They actually do genuinely believe in rehabilitation. With that being said, the guy who created Rurouni Kenshin, right? He was wrapped up in some shit where he was messing around with a kid and he got caught and he went to jail and he got out, and everybody kind of, you know, they still cool. Like he got a Rurouni Kenshin just hit Netflix not too long ago, and it was dope. You guys should check that out. Way better than Cowboy Bebop live action. Whoo, that was bad. Oh,
I like it so far. We'll talk about it on another episode. I gotta finish it. I like it so far.
Some things just don't work.
I think it's pretty true to the original anime. They put in hella shit.
Go back and watch it.
I don't know if anyone's ever seen the anime Parasite. A lot of masturbation jokes about your hand going bonkers. That was kind of wild. On some like Thing in anime, like the movie The Thing in anime. It was dope.
Right. It was. And Amani J says she says make these things NSFW, not mainstream. I mean, it's mainstream and counterculture at the same time. Like anime, it's more mainstream than it's ever been. It used to really be hella counterculture.
Thanks to Seven Deadly Sins, that really like threw anime
Jujutsu Kaisen, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't think the movie. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, like the two main animes that introduced anime to the West. If you guys didn't know, just a little history. Akira.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was the first anime that they ever played in America, and it was the most popular and successful back in that time. And then next was like not Howl in the Moving Castle, but like Kiki's Delivery Service.
What about
Robotech? What about Robotech? Robotech was like a soap opera.
Mm-hmm. But it was Akira that started it all. That's what made anime pop. They try to make that live action too.
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell. All those old animes, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
Man, Dragon Ball Z would not
good shit right there. Good shit.
Dragon Ball Z would not be what it is if it was not for Fist of the North Star. Like, oh man, boy, that's the one. There would never be no Kamehameha if it wasn't for Kenshiro.
Right. Okay, we got another question. How much more impacted do you think it is if it's forced hetero or homosexual? So, how much more impactful do you think if it's forced when it's with like same sex, the opposite of orientation?
I don't know if
I think others is more impactful. Like I think men and women, no matter what their sexual orientation is more impactful.
Yep.
Do you guys remember the cartoon Chance, the gay rapper? Remember that cartoon that was, and Method Man was a voice on it, and they tried to make this gay rapper Chosen. Yeah, they made a gay rapper cartoon, and they tried to really make it like he's gay, and it was weird. And the hip hop generation at that time was like, "No, take that shit down, Method Man. You looking real sus right now, being on the show."
Right.
That whole show was sus as fuck. But
sus as fuck.
I did misunderstand. So actually, the question is, like, how much more impactful do you think it is if it's forced sexual harassment? That's the opposite of your orientation. Like you're straight and you're forced into like something that's homosexual, right? Or you're queer and you're forced into like some heterosexual harassment.
That would definitely be worse, but that is more of a harder bargain, to write. Like if you are a straight person and you are forced into a sexual act with the same sex, it is almost always either pleasure or power in that situation. That's it. There's never I'm doing this because one day I'm going to totally marry this person and we're going to go out on some, romantic vacation in the Swiss Alps. Nah, this was a moment and I'm like, boom. Or it's something that they have been thinking about forever. And you just happen to be the person that they was like, I'm coming out to you in this utmost violent, terrible way. And that's crazy, isn't it?
Right.
It's wild.
Right. And hold on, real quick. Twitch just tried to ban the word "they feel like women" or the term "they feel like women." That's weird, bro. That's weird, Twitch. What the fuck? So like I said,
they feel like
women in a sentence. The sentence is straight men that get harassed by gay men complain that they feel like women. And Twitch had me moderate the term "they feel like women." That's the one that it got clocked for. It's weird.
Wow.
You know what, brother? It's kind of symbolic because it's like, mind you, we're from a different era. Like words and like scenarios, everything's under a microscope so tough that Jesus, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. It really is.
You see, people are talking about free speech like but free speech is really being taken away in a lot of ways, and that's crazy. And
Oh no, I
that's what
was
we're experiencing.
I was gonna say, man, it's crazy to me that I see these kids online and they be like, yeah, we need to fight for this, and the Democrats and they're our party, and they accept everybody. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand what they're doing though.
Right, right,
They
and that's
are
the thing.
subjugated. They are subjugating you by giving you a false hope and
Right,
making you believe that you are somebody when in reality they don't care about you
right, and
at
as soon as
all.
the time comes, they'll let you go the same way that they'll let it go a potato that's bad.
They are
They're not
just.
gonna think about it. They're not gonna lose sleep about it.
I think one of the things that made me realize how bad they really were after us was when they started this whole Black Lives Matter thing, and we had to start telling people that we black. Why do I have to tell you that I'm black? Maybe it wasn't that I was telling you, I was showing you, and now you get to see who it is that we should really be targeting this towards. And I mean, did you not see how this political thing started changing? And now we got transformer variants. You know, I was thinking about this shit. They was talking about this Omicron variant. I'm like, damn, bruh, they really just pulling out shit from Futurama. If y'all don't know,
Omicron Prescient
Omicron
8.
Procyon 8.
Like what
What?
the fuck?
What is that? Like, come on, man. I'm not, and again, I'm not trying to be like that guy, but come on, man. If y'all ain't seeing that this shit is sus by now, they pulling out Futurama words. Omicron is not even a real word.
That's crazy. I don't know what the world's coming to. I be telling people all the time. We got one more question. Have you ever been sexually harassed? Has it been different if it was a woman or a man? I want it in both scenarios.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought about some
That
shit.
is a, that is a serious question. And
Who want to take this one?
I'll say one real quick, real quick. Okay. I'm gonna just say I'm very conscious of my acts today, so I'm not Bill Cosby tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even about just like coming approach on a female, like making out or trying to advance on her, but just even being around them and just even conversating.
Right.
Just like, bro, like I'm not trying to get my words mixed up. I'm not even trying. So sexually harassed or, yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, have I been like? I mean, I've had like in my hotter days, you know, it's moments where it's kind of like, whoa, what happened? But did I go call the police? No.
Right.
If it was that serious, did like go call the police? Until you call the police, it's not real. Or like make a police report, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. You really can't prove it in court until you make a police report.
Yeah. I mean, if you're really that offended, you're gonna go report it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Nora King?
Oh man.
Whoa.
I know, right? Can I plead the fifth?
Look, I might
this is a touchy one.
Imani J, man, queen of hard questions.
Yeah.
Man, I won't say I was sexually assaulted per se, but I did. I one time though, I was left at my at this babysitter. You know, these people that my moms knew, and they son, he did try to like step up on me once. That shit was weird. I was like, what the fuck? But like in my young brain, of course, I didn't know that. You know, I just thought dude was like weird as fuck.
Right.
That shit was sus. But he was like hella older than me. I don't know. I know he was a teenager. I don't remember how old he was. But I do know this. I told my moms, right? I told my adopted moms at the time, man, this is why I knew like people was fucking crazy because she was legitimately like, nah, I don't think so. I was like, excuse me, what?
That's crazy.
Sorry, what? So
that's hella crazy.
That was a whole ordeal. I think it was more harder trying to convince her that actually happened than it was going through the shit that actually happened. if that
Right.
makes sense.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. You know that since we get all vulnerable, this motherfucker, man. Right,
I know, right? Now I'm all bare my soul.
right. Soul's open, bro. I can't even close the door now. I'm trying. Well, it just keeps opening. But so that this question actually brings up a couple of things for me. One, when I was young, I had sexual relations with an older woman, and as a young person, I thought it was cool. I knew that the situation was weird though, because of just how the interaction was. There's power dynamics at play. I was mature enough to know that there were power dynamics at play and to understand at least a little bit about it. I was still confused. It was still weird. I was still like, damn, this is crazy. This is crazy because it's real. You know? But long story short, there's an older woman. She was living in our house, and you know, I was like a teenager. She was like 28, some shit like this. And she would be mean to me all the time. Like hella mean. Extraordinarily mean. But crazy part is just like in the middle of the night, she'll call me to come over. And then, you know, shit would happen. And I was like, what the fuck? But I realized in my mind that her being mean was a front because she wanted to come on to me. And at the time, I was cool with it. But every single time I've told that story, people are like, damn, bro, you got raped. I'm like, ooh, that hurts. I don't think of it that way. But, I mean,
Of course, because you couldn't. Like, you
right,
you wouldn't
right,
be able to.
right. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if the shoe was on the other foot, motherfuckers would be mad. I would be mad. if it was me, right? If in the story, me is my daughter and this is happening and there's an older man involved or older woman, I'm gonna be hella mad. Right? But me in the story as myself, I'm like, it's alright, it's cool. Right? But looking back on it, it's not cool. Right? So that's the time I would say I got taken advantage of. Hey, what's good with you, bro? What's good with you?
You know what, brother? Yeah, no, we over here.
Right?
You know what, though, brothers? Here's one to think about. Things that guys would, if certain things were to happen to a guy,
right,
we wouldn't respond to it the same as if it happened to a female.
Certain kind of guys.
So, like, if certain things happen to a guy, if it happened to a female, she would be like, she would like have a legitimate reason to like tell the police. But some dudes would be like, hey, shit, bring it on, let's do it again. Like right, you know what I'm saying? Like thank you for that moment.
Mad, I was not.
Yeah,
mad.
I wasn't even mad. You know what I'm saying?
I know that. More advantage of that shit.
Like a lot of dudes would be like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should have like did a little more. But yeah, it doesn't make it right. But then dudes and females look at dudes get this reputation of if you smash a lot of chicks, you're the man. But if a female smashes a lot of dudes, she's like
she's a hoe.
She's a smut. Yeah.
Right. And it's not good. It's not
a good thing, but then a dude is like the man for doing it.
Right. And it's like a badge of honor. So I think really, if we want to break down this like relationships and relating to each other on this level, we got to think about how we were raised, because men and women were raised differently, right? And some men were raised with the same programming, but they go against it. They went against it. They don't really vibe with it. Right. And that's true. And that's a part of us. But some of us connect with it. You know what I'm saying? At least on a certain level. And some of us like kind of, I don't know. I want to say like take it in and become some of those things that we see and that we think about. Like myself, like in that experience, I didn't think of it as a bad thing for me. You know, I was like, I felt accomplished. I was like, okay. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It was nice. It was dope. And I moved on with my life, and I continued to do the kind of things I wanted to do. Like I never was like, I think I should tell somebody, or I feel bad about myself for this, or I shouldn't have done this. And I mean, I don't think it affected me negatively, but it could have. But so far, I haven't seen it.
Maybe you have seen it and you just like,
and I don't know it. I ignore it, or I don't know. I've seen it, but I don't recognize it.
Ooh,
right.
Oh,
And
demons
so
are coming out tonight, huh?
they are,
I
they
know,
are.
right?
And so
Coming back to Black Man Meat strong, man.
Right.
right,
Damn,
right,
staring on. Sad time, sad time.
man.
Man, to speak on that though, I don't know. Like, would I say that my experience has affected me negatively in my life? Kinda. I mean, it did make me more prone to not want to say shit to people for a fear of not being, uh, heard, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, though, it also made me like overcompensate for not speaking by being more skilled at other activities. Like, I won't say that I dove myself into video games because I was like, oh shit, this is so much better. No, I like video games before all that shit. It's just now I had an out and a way to channel anger. Damn. Wow. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Epiphany. Uh but yeah, but I say that it affected me overall negatively, probably. But again, I don't know. Maybe, hey, maybe that is why I have such a hard time talking to women because I've had such a negative uh experience. Wow, what damn, like Lupe said, like with somebody who actually is supposed to represent something like that.
Right,
Like,
right.
damn, wow.
You know what, brother? I mean, I could follow suit on that one. I mean, as much of a smooth operator as I come off to be, I'm single and I've had some very beautiful women pass through my life, and maybe I should have like snatched one of them at that moment, but like it's all good. I mean, but now I really do have trust issues, but like, I mean, don't we all kinda?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we're all products of our environment. So I don't know. I mean, could be worse. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I wanna say that like I strive every day to be better because I think everyone tries to do better, but it's hard when you see people and you just like, damn man, how Sway, you know
Right,
how
right.
like damn how'd you do that? Like how are you doing that? How does that happen for you? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's like that was a hard one. That was a hard mountain for me to climb. I ain't even gonna front and say that it wasn't like damn. But that was a good one to overcome too. Like, I mean, but one day at a time, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think for me, my lady in the chat, she's talking about abusive women. I have been in an abusive relationship before, and she says I made it out without noticing all the way. And the, my story long, and it's deep. My stepmom, she's like, "Oh, you're still waters because there's like a lot," and I could tell. We could tell, but you can't see it. You can't tell. Like from the outside, it's there, but you don't know what the contents are. And I'm like, yeah, you are a part of that. My dad is a part of that. All these experiences are a part of that. But for me, I think the biggest thing when it comes to relationships specifically is learning how to love and learning how to be loved. You know,
Oh
personally,
yeah.
that machismo shit, I loved it. Okay. I held on to it for dear life. Strength, power, dominance. I enjoyed it, right? I still enjoy it to this day. But what I was lacking in is being able to be gentle because people had not been gentle with me. So I didn't even think about being gentle with myself. And so now I got to make efforts in my regular life to create space to be gentle with myself. So therefore I can be gentle with other people, right? My partner, my children, the kids I teach at school. You feel me? Myself.
You know
Right?
the word toxic as toxicity. That whole term has really just came into existence within the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying maybe
Yep.
3 to 5 years. So
Right.
think about all the relationships you've tolerated before that 5 years of your life that you had no. I mean, I've had some very beautiful headaches in my life. and they were like some very beautiful women on the outside, but their attributes were toxic. But I didn't know that until I had to like step back and look. When she's cute with a nice booty or some shit, you're gonna overlook the red flags. She crazy, whatever. But the term, toxic. I mean, think about how many toxic relationships you've had that you really, now that you look back at, they're really toxic.
Man, too many.
Yeah,
too many.
Too many, right?
Too long.
You get, man, and I mean, I don't know, and I say people because I genuinely mean this as people, Black people, white people, Asian people, it don't matter. We all get caught up in our own shit too. What was it Eddie Griffin said? The biggest pimps on earth is the mama. You feel me? Like, cause and this is not a jab, but toxicity starts at home. Yo, again, I don't like Dr. Umar, but that man do be saying some shit sometimes that be like, yeah, he right. Sometimes, man, you can tell somebody's kid is gonna be messed up by how the parents interact with each other. You feel me? Because kids, man, I tell people, like, I was trying to explain this to my mom's, like, yo, I literally got to see you 24/7. Like, there was no time where it was like, you come here, I'm seeing you. You leave, you come back, I'm seeing you. Like, I'm gonna always be there. I'm gonna see all the shit that you do. And kids, they see that. So when you raise your children and their parents had that fake, we gonna be together love because you exist type shit, it's almost doomed from the start. Like, where are you going? You have nowhere to go because your idea of love is your parents and their shit is fake. So when you find out that it ain't real, that almost instantly is like, oh shit, well then what is my perception of love? If your perception of love wasn't real, and now you putting that shit on me, and then on top of that, in America especially, like you said, Japan is bad because they got, hentai and anime. America's got it worse. We have marriage culture. Like, it is a literal goal in life to be married and walk down the aisle and have that, like, check mark like that. That's mind-blowing to me. And I'm not saying that marriage is bad, because shit, everybody wants to get married. Everybody wants to have somebody. You want to be able to come home and say this person.
The wedding is more important than the marriage.
Exactly. And that is what kills so many marriages. You feel me? Like, they get so wrapped up in the ceremony, that Disney fairy tale of, oh, this is what life could be or should be. You feel me? Like, man, that's wild to me.
Yeah, people want to know what's wrong with you if you're not married, and it says in the chat. And people also, like, if you don't have kids, people are like, oh, when you have kids. It's like, what if I don't want to have kids? Everybody don't need to have kids in this motherfucker, man.
Yo, you want to know some? I've never been married and I don't have kids, and I'll put it out there, like, I've actually had females ask me if I'm gay because I don't have kids. Like, I'm like, no, maybe I got dick control. Duh.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You can't even imagine that.
And I've been married.
Yeah, but see, like, you're in a very happy space. Like I want to be where you're at. So it looks, but like, it's one of those stereotypes. That's like an unwritten stereotype of Black men that we just or loosey goosey with our shit, and maybe women too. Like I said, I've never been a woman, so I don't want to speak from a woman's perspective. But from a dude, I know a lot of bum ass dudes,
right,
with hella kids,
right.
They bums. Exactly. Don't see their kids and shit.
Don't talk to them. Don't do nothing for them.
Yeah. And then they wonder why them kids be crazy as fuck when they grow up. And Black people don't want to say that, but we won't say them kids be crazy. Them kids they grow up so misfunction.
They have enough love in their life. They had the right kind of love in their life.
Yeah.
I as a man, I think it's important for me to be a man of my word and also to take care of my seeds. And if I could do that, then I'm fine. I don't care what the fuck else happens in this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, take care of your babies,
to
bro.
me, that's the ultimate goal.
Uh-huh.
That's it. I don't need no more purpose in his life than that. Be of my word, do the shit I said I was gonna do, take care of my kids.
Yep.
All right, that's it. That's it. That's enough, man. And you know, I got 2 kids. I got one in Florida. I got one out here, and I take care of both of them. And I do everything that I can for both of them. You know what I'm saying? I spend time with them. I make plans for them. I do for them. I spend money on them. All of that. You know, and it's like, no matter how many more kids I do have, I'm gonna take care of them the same.
Yeah.
Because I made them. I should take care of them, and that's it. And it don't matter what their mama's gonna do. Does not matter.
You know what? A big X factor in this whole equation is, once again, I want to speak up for the women, because if you don't have the right queen,
right,
you're never gonna build your kingdom. And if you got a decent queen, big shout out to all the beautiful queens. I was
about to say, really, man, queens. Shout out to Money Jade. All right,
all the real queens.
She a real hitter. she a ride or die, and we living forever. Okay.
Because they're so rare, bro.
They are. Nice. They are.
Nice.
That's why every time we go on a date, I always tell her this story. I just knew in my heart when I first started talking to her that she was the one. And I'm gonna keep it short because I feel like I talk about her all the time. I had an idea, and I was like, before I ever started dating her, I was like, I need a woman who matches me. I need somebody who matches me in intensity, right? Who can do the kind of things I do. And then I thought back, we started talking because we've been friends for a long time. We started talking kind of on that level. And I thought back about her, and I was like, damn, she really did the same thing that I did for men in the community, but for women. And I was like, if that's not matching me, I don't know what the fuck is. Okay.
It's so dope.
There you go. See? Man. I mean, sometimes it just comes together, bro. It happens like that.
Right. It was crazy as it came together at the end of some other shit falling apart. And really, it was other shit I had to let go of. Okay? And to me, that was the scariest part. To me, that was the scariest part, is letting go of the shit that was not good for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because some of these relationships you have, this person is not really helping you progress in life. Right. You like have fun with them and shoot the shit, and it's all good. But when you look back, they're not really helping you progress in life.
And some of them hold you back.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Hey, you know what? Okay, I know I talk about comics a lot, right? And so I'm gonna talk about this too, because like it's so crazy to me. A couple, like last year, right? In the comic book universe, Harley Quinn married Poison Ivy, and Joker got a new girlfriend, right? And it's so crazy because his new girlfriend immediately went to go kill Harley Quinn. And I was like, damn, why? Like, why do this? Why write this? But it was so crazy because she was like, I'm killing you because you were holding Joker back. And I was like, what? No way. That's not how they frame it in the story. It's always like, you know, Joker's always hitting her and beating her and shit and, you know, telling her she's worthless. But then it hit me like, yo, you know why he was doing that? He wanted her to be better. He wanted her to hit him back. He wanted her to stand up for himself and be like, yo, check this shit out. Don't be doing that. And she never did it, like, ever. She never once was like, yo.
Right, because that motherfucker's really crazy.
Exactly. And, like, it blows my mind, though, because, like, the new chick, she don't take that shit. He tried to hit her once, and she slit his throat and was like, yo, you ever try that again, you will eat your smile. And I promise you, it will not taste good. And he was like, fair enough. I will never, ever, ever do that to you again, ever. And now everybody's like, wait, what?
See, that's an interesting development.
Exactly, right? Because she was like, yo, I don't take no shit. And I was like, damn. Harley would have did that, we would never be here. This would never.
Right.
Oh, wow. But like you said, people think that what we do, it may seem flawed from other perspectives, but man, y'all don't know. Y'all not there. You're not in the shit. You only seeing it from one way, right? and they just totally flipped it. They totally flipped it on his head. Now, I'm not saying that every abusive relationship is that way. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just because somebody hits you, they want you to be better. That is not what I'm saying. Some of these are just sick, and they do it because they are sick. Like you said, that power dynamic, mind blowing. I just thought that was an interesting piece of sidebar, right? To show that sometimes, you know, motherfuckers really, you really don't know. Some people are, you just don't know.
You can't yet they young. Some people just they just get down like that.
For real, like you shit, man, you just never know. But like that was interesting to me. But I wanted to also though make a mention of this too, because this has also been popping up a lot. I'm seeing this. High Guardian Spice is a anime that has come out on Crunchyroll, Funimation, right? And it has literally split the community in half. Some people like it, some people don't. The premise is about these four, like, which I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They're four like magic people. They live in a magic world. They do magic stuff, right?
Right.
What makes this show so interesting is that one, it claims to be diverse. That the entire writing staff, white females, right? Which that already through. Yeah, I know. A show that claims to be diverse and has no diverse writers. Actually, the entire staff on that show is white.
Wow.
Damn. Yep. No real plot, no story. Now, mind you, I have yet to actually watch an episode of this. I've only watched like 7 reviews on it so far, and all of them say the same. And I've watched both sides. I think that's also important. Kids always take the time to hear both sides, so I've watched it from both sides of the spectrum. People in the LGBTQ community and other commentators who are always just those guys who just constantly rail on stuff. Because honestly, they take the time to really break it down, and I think that's important. So, yeah. Why I mention this though is in this series they try and tackle all these different, topics like we were talking about, relationships, harassment from both sides, how to handle certain topics and things like that. And while this guy was doing this review, he's talking about Rocko's Modern Life and the movie. Yeah, I know, right? In Rocko's Modern Life, they had a character, Jerry. If you guys didn't know, Jerry was a transgender character in the movie. And why he brought this up? Yeah, why he brought it up was because he was like, yo, the way that they handled that is probably the smoothest way that anyone has ever handled the topic of transgender transition in a show. I was this way. I didn't feel that way. I wasn't feeling that. I decided to go with the way I was feeling inside. And through that matter of fact, that whole movie had a whole subplot dedicated to Gary coming out at the end of the, spoiler alert, he came out to everyone, including his family at the end of the movie.
That's nice.
Yeah. And everybody, he embraced them, and it was really cool. It was a really like touching, loving moment. And I feel like these writers from the woke generation is what they're being called. Not my word. Don't coin me. Don't at me. I didn't make it. Somebody else did. But these woke writers, man, they see things like that and they say, okay, I'm going to do that. Or they see The Lion King and be like, I'm going to do that. No, these things have already been done. You don't need a Lion King. You don't need a Legend of Zelda. Do your own thing. Make your own stuff. Like Steven Universe. Okay? Yeah, it kind of got
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it got real weird at the end. I stopped really kind of paying attention, but like that shit was great. Like I was like, damn, all right, cool. Here we go. Adventure Time. Okay? And some parts of regular show. All of that shit was
Midnight Express on Netflix. Midnight Express. It's like an adult type of Adventure Time. It's really trippy. Check that out. I love it.
I'm with that. And you know what I think, honestly? I think that having more media that can talk about the topic of love and relationships and self-care will kind of open up the conversation a little bit. And I feel like that's what's really lacking right now. Is when we grew up, masculinity was one thing and it wasn't another thing. There was no softness in masculinity at all. There's no room for balance, and I think that it's important for us as human beings to realize that we're complete. You don't bring 50% of yourself to a relationship. You bring 100% of yourself to a relationship. And every single being on this earth is yin and yang, right? Positive and negative. And there is yang and yin and yang. You see the circles, right? They have the two sides, and there's a little dot, right, in the middle of each side of the other side. So it's like we are this whole being, and I think it's important for us to really be able to be our whole selves.
No,
So,
facts.
yeah,
And also be able to complement one another too. Like a relationship doesn't have to be 100% all the time. Like, you feel me? There's times where you need to be able, like I just read Common's fiance, right? She wanted an apartment instead of an engagement ring. I thought that shit was baller. Number
hmm
one, first off, be happy that y'all have the ability to be able to say, I'm about to flat out buy an apartment,
right,
you
right,
know, caps. Second, that's smart. That shows, number one, I trust my partner enough to give her that space that she needs.
right,
One, two, I don't need this thing to solidify what we have. You feel me?
exactly.
Like, even though that kind of ties into the first part, but still, it's like, I don't need this artificial ring to be like, you my woman, you my wife, you my this, you my everything, you my whatever, you know. Uh, and again, I'm not saying I'm the expert here. I am not the expert, the dating guru on love. I can only speak on how I can perceive it, I guess, or how I feel like it should be. Everybody's
Yo,
different,
I
you
can
know.
I interject? I mean, I would say thank you to SumOfMan of setting up the forum to be able to have men of color talk about like relationships
Black
and love
men
and all
talk
black men
about.
because I mean black men because feelings are like way taboo in the hood.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
We
facts.
very much so,
really we
very much
really
so.
we hide all of our feelings except the violent ones.
Right.
Like
It's
we
it's cool
put
to be
those to the
mad, but it's
forefront.
not cool to be sad.
Yeah, it's cool to be mad. It's cool to be hardcore. It's cool to be like super thug,
Right.
but it's uncool to show love, like
hmm
genuine, not love, but genuine, real love, and that is such a rarity in the hood. I think people are so. I don't want to say people are fake, but people are so un they're not used to getting real love. No one's really used to the real love, so they
hmm
don't give out real love.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Like cats don't know how to be loved. So how can you expect them to love you correctly unless you guys kind of teach each other?
Right. Right.
Or
Yeah, I mean,
help
you,
and
you
help
can.
each other.
You can, but unless both people are focused on that.
And really to
No,
like go through it together, you know?
hmm
man.
I think,
Yeah,
honestly,
no,
the most important part of love is communication.
yeah. And it's so interesting too that we speaking on this because it just reminds me about like how we again perceive love like in the olden times, like you said, how you were able to go through a struggle. Like we live in a society where our struggle is damn what Instagram likes. Like, yeah, okay, food, basic necessities, that's the thing that we do have to worry about. That's a cautionary type of mentality to us, right?
hmm
But like a couple thousand years ago, right? Nigga, it was like, yo, I wake up in the morning at the crack of sunlight, okay?
Right.
Like literally the crack of sunlight. Like everybody in my house is waking up. I'm waking up my wife and my 5 kids. You feel me? We all about to go milk the cows and let out the goats and chase out the coyotes and do all the extra shit and then maybe I could take my girl for a picnic that we made with the 3 biscuits that we have and like the 2 slices of meat. Like that's
Right.
romance. That and but like we forget that, man. We got so pampered again. TV in America, like ah, some of my foreign coworkers, they tell me all the time, like, man, Andre, if you really want you a wife, you need to leave and go off a country, man. Just go out of the country, bro. It's like these American women, they ain't no good. And I was like, damn.
Social media has made us less social.
Right.
Yes. Facts.
And that's facts. That is the absolute facts.
That's weird.
And I think that we don't even know how to talk to women.
Nope. Oh, bro. I mean, okay. Like, okay. You see it across the street. Like, it takes a lot for dudes to, like, muster up that energy or that spontaneously. You know, I'm saying that wrong. But, like, in this world today, if you approach a female, it's like you could be, that shit is like almost considered sexual harassment to some people.
No, facts.
Like, it's weird. It's a fine line, bro. I just don't, and you know, I don't want to, like I said, when I'm trying to buy BET or MTV years from now, I don't want somebody to come out the woodwork and say, you know, Adrian, he rubbed his shoulder against me in the 80s.
Right. Like he was real aggressive with his shoulders, bro.
Yeah, with his shoulders, bro. Yeah.
Right. He touched my elbow with the back of his hand for 3 whole seconds, bro. It was harassment.
3 whole seconds.
No, that's facts. That's facts. And that's why I think that the dating world is so crazy right now. I consider myself lucky. Okay.
You are, bro. You are, brother. You are lucky.
Hey, speaking on what Age said, I can remember the exact moment when I kind of told myself I was gonna stop talking to women in the street. Some woman overseas sued this guy for getting her purse back from a purse snatcher. Yeah. And I think she won that. Yep. She sued him for retrieving her purse because he touched her purse and her person without her permission.
Bro, I would be hella mad.
Man, I was like, wait.
You have to take me in for assault after that.
Now,
yeah, I'm gonna get my sister to slap the shit out of her.
Just throwing this out here too, guys. In America, we are protected by the Good Samaritan Act. So if you see something, you can do something. You don't. That just kind of blew my mind.
Okay, brothers, I got a quick question. Okay, public gas station, restroom. There's a line, and hella people are like, I'm like 4th, 5th in line, but I wait. I really got to use the bathroom, so I wait. I get all the way up to the front, and as I'm waiting at the front, it's my turn next. Here comes this little white chick who comes up, and she's doing the tinkle dance. Like, I gotta go. Can I cut you? And I said, no, you can't cut me. You can get, like, you're not gonna cut me. And she's like, I really gotta go. I'm like, I really gotta go. But now I'm looking at her and I'm like, you're not pregnant. You're not like doing nothing. Like, you're just trying to use that female privilege thing to cut in line. And I was like, no. So then she asked the person behind me and they say, yeah, you can cut him. And I'm like, yeah, you could cut homie, but you're not gonna cut me. And I don't feel I was doing anything wrong because she wasn't pregnant. She was just trying to cut the line because she was a female and she had to use the bathroom. And I'm like, if she now, I want to put it out there. If she was pregnant or had a baby bump, please go ahead.
Yeah,
right. I'm saying, I don't know. Was I wrong? Was I wrong, guys?
Nah, I would say not. I would say not. Yeah, I was at this gas station looking busted because I was on a cross-country trip to deliver some damn packages for my parents. And it's the same thing, but it was in line. He was waiting in line to get our stuff. The white girl comes up. She's like, "Can I cut you?" I was like, "Nope." Hell to the no. She was
bro. She was salty. Can I cut you? Like, no, you can't. Like, no, you can't.
It's like, no, you can wait. If my feet ashy as hell, you cannot cut me.
No, like, what is it about?
You better match your eyelashes. Get in front of me.
I'm not. Like,
your 6 bags of chips.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not trying to talk down on females at all, but like these moments, like really, like am I tripping? Like, is there this air of just because I'm a woman, I get to like certain moves? I mean, I get it. I guess some moves do get altered, but you're not cutting me, bro. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
You're not cutting me.
You're not cutting me.
And
you know what?
Maybe if you have the baby bump. If you have the baby bump, that's a whole nother story.
Right.
Hey, that happened to me too. I was like about to get on BART, and there was like the two lines in San Francisco, and I like walked right in the middle, and this lady was like, "There's a line," and I kind of turned around. I ain't gonna lie, I just snapped at her. I was like, "Yo, thanks for that." You feel me? Like I needed that tonight, and she kind of was like, "Whoa!" Like took back, like, "Whoa!" You said something back to me? Yeah. Like, who? Old white lady, who is you? Like, whoa.
Hey, also if it was an old black ladies can cut me anytime. Like if she look like my grandma, you can cut. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't say that to grandma.
I can't say it, no.
I can't say that to grandma.
Or you pregnant. One of those two.
Yeah. I can't say nothing to you because you carrying a whole other life, and them cankles, man, they're gonna collapse under the weight.
Right.
So
you know what?
And I ain't about to be that guy.
And I'll put it out there, like if an elderly lady,
baby, she died because of that. Oh my god, bro! You like, oh my god.
I can never like a nigga myself.
You let him cut. You didn't let her cut. God damn it. I'll be like, oh my god, bro. Like, oh no.
Why did I do that, bro?
Yo, if an elderly lady asked to cut because she's in a rush, I'm like, I've done things for elderly ladies, like, yeah, but like, it's all about how you go about it. I'm not gonna just give my spot up because you're a female that's in a rush. We're all in a rush.
And we got a clarification question for you, Age.
Please.
What happened after? And did you feel wrong? And did someone try to make you
Brother, I'm talking to the internet world about my personal issues. I've said a lot tonight. I said I confessed that people consider me gay because of not had kids. I've talked about this moment that happened just a couple of days ago. This is really like, I'm really like talking about some real shit. And how do I feel? Well, I felt kind of bad because I was raised with respect to women, but she wasn't pregnant, and she had to just do the dance, the tinkle dance. But like, I don't feel bad about it, but I wanted to talk about it. And I want to ask you guys how you felt about it, because you guys make me feel better about me, my blackness. Hey.
What's up? No, I think you did the right thing. She wanted to cut you. She ain't your girl. She ain't your mama. Right? She ain't your partner.
She was young. She was like our age. She was young. She was an older lady. Right. She was just like, "Can I please cut?" I'm like, "No." Nope. And she looked at me like, "Did you really?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, sit your ass by me.
Them tricks don't work over here.
Nah. Yeah. Thank you, internet world, for making me feel better. Right. What happened? What's up?
And Anna says, "Yeah, you're a gentleman. That doesn't mean women can disrespect you." Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the Anna.
Yeah. Man, for real. And I think that's really a part of being a man, is knowing your boundaries. And,
yes.
And what this brings up for me is like simp culture. Right? If these women can be out here on Twitch getting hella money for just sitting there playing video games or whatever, because all these dudes want to simp for them and pay them, so be it. I'm not gonna pay. Okay. Like, I'm not treating women any differently than men when it comes to streaming, when it comes to content. If your content is good, if I vibe with it, I vibe with it. Whether you're a man or woman, I'm not about to just sit here and watch you and pay money to you because I think you're pretty. Okay.
Hey, and you know what? That's fair. They was talking about that, like how that OnlyFans Twitch culture is not sustainable. Like the life of an entertainer is not sustainable life. Like you got to make sure that you have plans past these things. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy, because like some of these people are making real money doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like real money.
Incredible
They ain't
dope.
doing jack shit. Yep, they ain't doing jack shit. Like
They,
they ain't
they,
doing
they don't got to
jack.
show nothing. Like Pokimane, I think honestly, Pokimane is one of the smartest business people of our time. She didn't have to like sell bath water. She didn't have to fucking show her breasts or nothing like that on stream. She could just play the fucking game. And she had motherfuckers who liked her so much that they just give her tons and tons of money. And then
Oh
she
yeah.
creates a company that buys part of Evo, the biggest
Yep.
fighting game event of the year, every year, annually.
Yep. Because hey man, that's how you spend that money on investments, bro.
Right. And she's already heavily involved in the gaming field, and so this gives her more involvement in a side of the gaming field that she's not even known for. You know what I'm saying? Smart ass business move.
I would say if I would say get it, mama. Like being the young ladies, women have a certain power that men don't, and I don't know how it works, but I'm right behind a female getting it. Like if you can get internet money by just doing internet shit, like get it, bro. Especially if you ain't like doing nothing super perv. I mean, some of these OnlyFans is a bit much, but I mean, hey, them are your boobs. I can't tell you what to do with them.
Right.
You know, I mean, shit. You know,
I think that's the thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since we talking about the best, we should also talk about some of the worst. Like one of the funniest ones, a good rise to fall was Low Tier God. Like here's a guy who literally went viral for being the ultimate man's man, right? When it came to video games, and this is a black guy too. So and then he turns around and he says some stupid stuff, which I'm not gonna repeat because it was pretty terrible. Gets himself banned. And then he goes on. I mean, he's still doing good now. Like, I watch some of his streams. I don't donate, obviously, because, you know, why? But people do. I've seen it. Like, I've watched his streams live. People will sit there. Oh, yeah. And they will, because he built himself a solid audience. He built himself a solid following. And I genuinely tip my hat. Like I said, all those cats out there who genuinely have followings, who people follow them, great. Hey, maybe one day I'll be able to look at my Twitter and look at my following like, hey, look at that. I got like all these people on my stuff. You feel me? Well, that's gonna take time. I'm only saying that because he went he was at Evo. Like he got banned from Evo, he got banned from all this stuff. Mind you, he was not even winning really. Like
he was doing trash.
To be 110% honest with you, he is not that good.
He mid, bro. He mid.
Yeah.
One day I could beat him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No facts. I mean, come on, man. He got beat by that one dude who went to Baptist church. That Baptist church kid. That was like one of the best beat downs.
And then he got to ban him. He got to rage quit.
It was like, nope. This out. You're done. Stop playing these meta characters. What? That's his favorite. Metakins, bro, that's all there is. You would think by now you would have adapted a strategy to handle the kins.
No, he's just trash. That's why.
Exactly. And again, I'm not dissing this dude because I don't know this cat, but damn, it's just hella funny to me to see like somebody like that go so high and then boom, immediately drop so low.
Cosby.
It seems like the women though, the women in FGC, they seem to do real good. Like Cuddlecore, freaking that whole like Equinox clan, the UYU group, they do real good. UYU, shout out, dope. It's one of the reasons why I got back into Tekken.
They have a lot of dudes in there too, though.
They do. They also have a strong female competitive side as well. Cuddlecore.
Yeah.
No, she's Equinox. Yeah. So I mean, you feel me? Like with that being said, though, it's really cool to see that there is a better diversity and more females are coming in, even despite, you know, it is such a male-dominated culture, where so you end up getting situations like Activision become more common on the under because again, everybody wants to fit in. Like I'm not gonna say shit if the next person ain't gonna say nothing.
I think sometimes as men, we have to stand up to other men, right? And even as I think of myself as a man who has like a lot of assertive and dominating energy. And so if there are motherfuckers who are dominating or dominating other people, out of anybody that could ever be chosen, all right, to deal with the shit, I feel like I'm high on the list because I got the capacity, I got the energy, I got the time. I'm fucking ready for some shit to pop off. Okay, tell me that a nigga needs his ass beat for a good reason. Tell me, let me know. You ain't gotta call nobody else. I got a squad for you. Okay,
You know, but before it even comes to fisticuffs, bro, like
right.
you have the time and the energy to address it by the internet media. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like you got time. There are
Yeah.
those men that will step up and say something and do something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Us as men having a culture where we respect women and treat them as human beings and not like as just sexual objects. And I think it sometimes that happens. People get sexualized, but also people get turned into objects, whether they're men or women, right?
No fact.
Some men they just become their jobs, and they're only known for the work that they do. They're not known of who they are as a person, what they care
No,
about.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
mean,
that's why it's good to have these kind of spaces so we can talk about the shit that we care about and not just the work that we do.
quick shout out. Speaking of over sexualized, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Oh my
We are
god, bro.
waiting on the release. We are waiting on the release of Extreme Beach Volleyball 3. I want that. So whenever y'all drop that, let me know. Extreme booby physics. Yep.
Right.
I said that because that's the thing that is
It
in that
is.
game.
It is.
Yep.
And you can
Very much
change them
so.
too. You can change them. It's the crazy
Yes.
part. You
Yes,
can
you
adjust the
can.
movie physics.
You
See,
can
and
adjust the movie
since
physics.
very early on in the game's history, it's crazy. And you know what? I was telling my lady, I'm like, and I told you too. I don't know how Street Fighter gets away with so many hella sexualized costume designs. I feel like enough kids play this game where like some parent has to walk in and see Armika and be like, "What the fuck?
I mean,
This is a base design, bro."
but it's been like that though. Like Cammy
Right,
was butt cheeks out in
right, right,
Street Fighter Two.
right,
Street Fighter Two Turbo.
right. But see, like those were like pixelated butt cheeks. She didn't get like real butt cheeks until like Alpha Third Strike or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, wait a minute.
Yo, I got a question though. But do video game sellers truly hold the line when it comes to the rating service? Like, if
No.
it's a mature game, or they really trying to only sell it to? Do they check your ID when a kid buys Grand Theft Auto?
They do.
Yes.
They have to.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I'm as a GameStop employee. I'm gonna tell you that is law.
it
If you
is, and
ever,
you can get arrested for that.
yeah, like facts, you can lose your whole everything for
For real.
selling and
That's
rating.
what I was. That's what I was really just
Yeah.
curious about. If
But
they really do check for IDs
but
and
the
whatnot.
thing is,
Yes.
parents don't check. Okay,
Yes.
as a gamer, and you know, as an adult, I've seen parents buy games for their kids that are rated mature, that have blood in
Mhm.
them, that have sex in them. Like Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, or any other Grand Theft Auto 3, we was all kids and we was playing it, and this shit had whole ass sex in it. We we were dealing with whole ass hookers in the game, right? But
Most
our parents never knew that. They seen the cover there and like, okay, it's a regular shooting game or whatever. It's just whatever. But no, we ever in the room late night picking up hookers. That's what we're doing. We're trying to find that the hot toddy cheat for CJ.
So,
Okay.
facts. To speak on Age's question though, the reason why video games even have a rating system is because of rock and roll, specifically Kiss. It was these kids, man, who grew up in that second generation of Kiss. They started running around schools yelling, "We're part of the Kiss Army," and apparently some fucking kids in moms in Indiana didn't like that. They started a petition. They took it all the way to Congress. Like the guy from Twisted Sister had to speak on rock and roll, defending rock and roll, and so they came to a stalemate, and that stalemate was the ESRB.
Yes, yes.
And they are the ones who dictate the ratings for games. Now, why is it that a game can get away with doing certain things like Grand Theft Auto and Street Fighter? Like you said, it is the genre of the game that
Yeah,
allows them
yeah.
to get
Of
away with it.
course, of
Like for
course.
instance, sumo wrestlers, right? They wear those like, diaper, like, I don't know what they're called, so I'm not gonna try and say, but that's just like the thing that I could think of, right? And because of that, they can get away with Armika because they can say, well, it's for wrestling, and not a single person who's ever wrestled can say, well, she's not lying though. Like,
I mean, you guys already said it like this evening. If someone has the audacity to make a video game that's going to start off at $120, the reason why they're going to sell it for $120 is they know someone's going to buy it for $120. Like someone's going to like. I mean, it's just like how, like, I don't know, bro. That's crazy, but someone's going to buy it.
Multiple people are going to buy it.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get all the costumes. They're trying to get all the jiggle physics that they can get in.
Yeah,
and they love it. And I think the thing is, though, nowadays it's less moderated because they can just buy the game online. And the parents, if they don't check, which they didn't check before, they don't have any way to really tell like what's something rated. And if a kid gets money by themselves, which a lot of them do, a lot of times they have complete access to their PlayStation and they can buy any fucking game that they want to without having to be checked by anybody.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also a fact. Yeah. I don't know, like Grand Theft Auto gets a negative fucking shake in this because some kids, they use that as a defense when they went on some murder carjacking spree. That's not fair. Like,
wait, hold up.
Man.
Did you know that's a true story?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The story is called Of the Nutcases, and it's from kids from Oakland, from the Bay, who used to like play Grand Theft Auto all day and then like get high as hell, then at night go act it out.
Wow, that's crazy.
I actually made a short story on some horror shit about that, but that's a true story called The Nutcases, and all these little kids would like get the Mr. Planners tattooed on them, the Mr. Planners logo, because the crew. It's nuts. But yeah, I mean, them kids were like, they got arrested and they were saying that they were reenacting Grand Theft Auto.
That's hella wild.
That's nuts.
Wild.
No, I think the wildest part about that is they got away with it for so long.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Like, man, but again though, it just goes to show like what the culture is. Like, I got nothing against shooting games at all, but I'd be lying to you if I told you that after playing an hour of Call of Duty, I could easily run out there with a gun and pop somebody. What? Of course. I just desensitizedly just blasted 1,500 dudes in like 30 minutes, bro. Right. Yeah, for sure. Like, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I can turn this off and walk away from it. You feel me? Like, a lot of people can't. That's why like cyberbullying became such a big thing so quick, because people didn't know how to just put the game down. I'm enjoying this so much. I don't want to walk away from it. Like you said, toxicity.
But you know what? That I gotta ask, isn't that the scariest part of video games in general? Like the virtual reality, when people can't separate reality from the games. Like, it sounds like we all got enough grip on reality to be able to know when it's a game or not.
Mm-hmm.
But there are those that don't have that separation. Like, that's the scary part of when cats play Call of Duty or shoot that zombie or shoot that person, because people like get so wrapped up in it.
Right.
That's the scary part of it, right?
And, I gotta, my son is 4, and I gotta talk to him about what's real and what's not real. You know, at this point, and he plays video games, and you know, I'm like, you know, this stuff is not real, and sometimes he wants to believe that it is real. And I gotta really sit down and have like moments with him where I really get him to understand like what the difference between real life is and this fantasy life that we're seeing on TV or seeing on some kind of media, because it's everywhere, and it's more everywhere than it's ever been. You know?
Yes.
Like he grew up with it. I grew up outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big one too. Like, I don't know. I think maybe it would have been harder for me if I didn't have outdoor activities. But who knows? Who knows? There's some alternate version of me out there, probably like, yeah, damn, I never left the house.
Mm-hmm. And it
That's
says thank
crazy.
you all as well.
Hey.
Thank you for sliding in.
Thank you,
Right.
Anna.
It would be crazy because we experience real life in a very real and visceral way.
You
And
know what?
it's like H said, like this social media made us less social.
Yep, something to speak on that. When I was younger, way younger, like again, it was comic books and TV almost all the time, right? So I had a huge like separation from that, right? And it was hard for me to break away from that and realize like, okay, this is bullshit. This is real life. Like, man, because over time, you know, once you really like get into it, like if you really let yourself go, you start to get dependent on the idea that shit's just gonna work out for you no matter what. You feel me? Because it works out for these characters in movies or in TV. You see these, again, fake, manufactured, written, pre-scripted lives. You know, here's something that I stick to, and I stuck to it when I was a kid. Stan Lee did an interview where he was like, you know, I get a lot of letters from dedicated fans, and they ask me the same question. Who would win? Thor versus Hulk. Who would win? Iron Man versus, you know, Grey Gargoyle. Who would win? Mandarin versus, like, Captain America. Who would win? Storm full powered in some crazy arena versus, like, you know, I don't know, Mesmero or something like that. And he was like, honestly, I'm tired. Yeah, I know. Honestly, I'm tired. But the answer is simple. Whoever the writer wants to win is going to win. That's it. And I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. But he's right. Like, it doesn't matter how powerful these characters are. It doesn't matter how great these stories are, how amazing they sound. At the end of the day, if they want a happy ending, they're going to get a happy ending.
Yo, I know parents who have to explain to their kids that all these superhero movies, that's not how you really solve your conflict.
Right.
Like, like I got parents who like let the kids watch the movies, but they have to unprogram them after each big movie because they're like, that's not how you go around solving your problems. You don't go around fighting everyone and shooting lasers and flying and shit like that. Doesn't happen.
It's not real.
It's not real. Like, you have to talk. They're like, really? Captain America doesn't stand, like, there is no fucking Captain America, bro.
Right.
And I get it.
And
I get it, like Black Panther's the black hero, but bro, Black Panther's not real either. Neither is Wakanda. No matter how much we want to go there.
Exactly. It's not real. You can keep it in
That
mind.
was real. Hey, and you know what? Like, this is what y'all just said right now. This is not the first time. Like, every time that Disney released one of those stupid animated movies back in the day, people got hurt. Like, Peter Pan, people jumped off roofs. There was, like, what was it? Sleeping Beauty. Some kids committed suicide. Freaking Snow White. Somebody got lost in the forest because they went out looking for dwarves. Like, bro, it happens. Like, it's so important to take that time to be like, this is not real. And even as adults, like, I don't know if y'all heard about or saw that when Game of Thrones was reaching the end of, when it was coming down to the last couple episodes, they started posting support groups on Facebook. So grown adults for a show. I'm like, bro, I get it. You love these characters. Oh my God, she can't be crazy. She's a character who was written by a corporation that wants money.
That same note, I just got to give a nod to Chadwick Boseman. Today's his birthday.
Chadwick, shout out.
Yeah, today's his birthday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out. Happy birthday. Happy
birthday, sir.
Again, the episode brought to you today by Duchess. We are not sponsored by Duchess, but it's brought to you by Duchess. Hey,
Duchess definitely did help out getting the motion going. But you know what that makes me think about? And I think this the last topic because we a little bit over time, but I just let it go. And we have a really good conversation right now. But I've been thinking about animes because I'm just a sick stickler for like certain very specific shit. I need some really high level shit, right? And it's a lot of grown people I've noticed, right? Kind of like looking back and like looking at it from a high level perspective. They watch animes about teenagers, right? And they get hella invested and they'll argue with other people, they'll fight with other people, they'll lie about shit, they'll make up shit just to try and protect or preserve something about this anime that they watch, that they've connected to, that they've connected to their lives in some way. And I think that's kind of interesting, because me on the other side of that equation, I'm like, I don't really want to watch any more shonen animes, because I was a teenager a long time ago, and that's when that shit was dope. Like, I've seen so many motherfuckers beat each other up. I'm like, how many fucking more ways can you beat somebody up, bro? Like, I need some sustenance in my story, bro. I'm an old man.
Yeah,
I can't just be watching some shit.
Okay, now see that is hella funny, because like I don't understand why you don't watch One Piece then, because like it's so much of more of that. But no, that is true. Like a lot of shonen.
Okay, I'll say the deepest anime for colored people has been a Boondocks.
Of course, I love that show.
And even though, but see, Boondocks isn't doesn't fall under your traditional anime, the and all that. Right. But it was in tune with black.
It was
with enough anime touch.
Right.
Not hell of anime, but enough.
Right.
So
exactly.
yeah,
and I think. Go ahead.
Boondocks is the dopest black experience in anime.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that. And the only thing that's contended with that, as far as the anime series, is Boondocks. But the best anime movie is Afro Samurai.
Afro Samurai.
Ooh, and you know what? That was a series too. It started off as a series.
It was a series. You know,
so that I would give it to Afro Samurai, then Boondocks. Personally,
I have Afro Samurai tattooed on my arm. You don't even see that. I'm just stunting on that. But
okay.
I'll say this: Afro Samurai, when it first came out, was so dope that they didn't know what to do with it.
Right.
Like they could have. They didn't. It was so successful. They didn't know what to do. Should we do another series? Do we do a comic book? They did a shitty video game, but it was so dope that they didn't know what to do with it, and they did a follow up with the Resurrection movie.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah,
I love Resurrection.
Unfortunately, you are correct. It did too good. You are correct.
It was so dope. They were like, bro, just imagine Afro Samurai, the comic book, just that.
That would be clean as fuck.
Just that alone, just that. Issue 1, and come on, man.
And imagine it came with a soundtrack that you could go on YouTube and listen to while you read the comic.
Ooh,
that should be nice. Okay.
By RZA on the board. RZA. Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up because you got me open. Afro Samurai is the shit.
That's what I'm saying. So like shit like that, because the Afro Samurai is a grown man's anime. like I can show my kids that, but they're not gonna get the shit that's going on. They're just gonna get the killing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even when they teenagers, they're just gonna see killing and violence and shit. Unless I hella trained them to notice the subtleties and the shit. You know what I'm saying? What it says about life. You know?
Yep. May I just say this though to Shonen, to your comment about Shonen? The reason why you feel that way is because Shonen Jump is written predominantly for teenagers. Like it is, like when you look, Bleach is a coming of age story. Dragon Ball Z is a coming of age story. It's all about coming into new power, overcoming greater enemies, overcoming greater strife. Like that's basically the core of all anime. It has these 3 guiding principles: friendship, overcoming things with friendship, and the atomic bomb, and how can we use science to make it better. That's it.
Right.
Like that's it. If you want to make a great anime, you mix those 3 together, and then you add in a little bit of and guess what? You got yourself a great anime. Like
what about the anime Samurai Champloo?
Samurai Shampoo.
That was another. That was really ill. That was ill too. That was kind of ill. Yeah.
Those are the kind of shits that I really fuck with. It's like next level. Like I said, I'm a grown man. I need some old man anime. Okay, I need to see some grown man shit happening. I'm not trying to watch no little kid cry because his friend is lost and he can't find him, bro. That's not relatable to me anymore.
Hey man, that's why I could not get into Hunter x Hunter because
or my Hero Academia. Like my daughter watches My Hero Academia. I can watch it with her, but I'm not about to sit up here crying over Deku. Crying over Deku. There are grown men right now. Literally, I'm in hella Facebook anime groups, black Facebook anime groups, and there are grown men who cried over Deku. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, I'm not a kid.
Bro, I'm not about to cry. Oh, what about what about the anime that's super over the top violent? Like, what is the vampire one? Is that called Dracula?
You talking about? Oh, you talking about
Castlevania?
Castlevania. You talking about Helsing? Helsing or Castlevania?
I'm talking about both. Helsing, Castlevania. They're like
I love that shit. Give me that.
I mean, it's sick. It's super. Oh, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just like, wow. I mean,
yes,
Berserk is probably the most grown up anime I've ever seen.
Berserk is my favorite manga of all time. Okay,
like that is probably.
I wish the brother didn't pass. I wish he could have finished the shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
I love that series. I fucking love that series.
I watched a video where they were like Griffith didn't do anything wrong, and I was like, yeah, honestly, when you really look at it, nah, he really didn't though.
What?
Because he told Guts when they first met, bro, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. All I care about is building my kingdom. If you want to come with me to build that kingdom, great. But I'm building it. I don't give a fuck like that. And he said that. So when I rewatched it, I was like, yeah. I mean, he did kind of tell y'all niggas that this was coming.
He did, but then he made the niggas feel like he loved them and shit. You know, he lied to marry that one chick and become Prince and all that kind of shit. Come on, bro.
He dipped on her ass the next day, bro. He was like, yo. He woke up like, oh damn. I bet that nigga woke up like, oh damn.
And it's like at first,
that for the rest of my life.
Yo, at first he was cool, bro. At first he was cool. It was alright. I'm like, okay, like you got a little bit over ambitious. That's fine. But then the nigga opens up an 8th dimension and sends all his homies to hell to get for power.
It's crazy.
That's where he fucked up, man. Bro.
What y'all failed to see, here's the part that you failed to realize though, man. Okay. When he was like leaving the castle, I'm pretty sure he went up back. His Guts was like that night. The night before he dipped on that chick, Guts was like, yeah, I heard what you said in the courtyard, bruh, and I'm about to dip on you, bruh. And he tried to be like, but what? So he went upstairs all mad and sad and drunk, and then he went and banged the chick. Then he was like, oh shit, I accidentally did that. Like, damn.
I need to cut.
Then he got all in trouble. Yeah, then he got all in trouble. Then he was like, oh shit.
And then but look. Then the nigga was locked up for a year getting tortured. Okay, and these motherfuckers come and save you, and you repay them by murdering them, by slaughtering them, not even you slaughtering them, by having them destroyed by hell beasts. Okay,
it's wild.
Do you know how mad I would be if I plot and plan to rescue a nigga who was tortured for a year, then this motherfucker turns around and sells my soul right afterwards, so he can gain it overlord powers. Like, yeah, damn, bro, you gonna fucking sell my soul and I saved you? I risked my goddamn life for you.
Man, I'm not justifying what Griff did. All I said was he didn't do anything wrong because he did tell them technically before what he was doing. He just never told them the particulars of his plan.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's like that because he knew, bro. He knew how fucked up shit was gonna get. He even knew that torture shit was gonna happen to him, and he took everything just so he'd be like, "I'm sorry, y'all, but we out." Hey, but I'm about to get powered up, cuz.
I actually did I really was into Berserk before dude passed. Like I was some guy on YouTube. He would review all the chapters, and he did a deep dive into the lore of Berserk. So man, I know so much about Berserk. It's insane.
Berserk is sick. Berserk is so dope. It says so much shit about so much shit, and that's the kind of shit I like. One Piece does that, but that's just too long. It's just too long. They cover too many damn topics, and they got too much other just random anime shit going on.
But that's
in the middle.
That's the whole joy of. I mean, honestly, bro. If I could break down One Piece into one one arc that makes One Piece what it is. It honestly is Skypiea, but one fight is Luffy versus Cracker. That whole fight, you sitting there and you just like, damn, you already know as soon as this dude come out, okay, well, Luffy's not about to beat him with his fist. So obviously it's gonna have something to do with his devil fruit and his unique abilities or personality, because no two characters in this universe are ever the same. Like shit, there was a part in the fight where he did a move and fucking Nami was like, nah, we protect our friends. And he was like, whoa, hold on, you protect your friends? I've never heard of this before. Like, this is interesting to me. If I didn't have to kill you, I'd actually want to talk to you more about this whole like friendship thing. That seems interesting. But this is a whole character that you will never see again, that's never experienced friendship in his entire life, that Oda put in this story just because. And that's just one of millions. So I get it.
Right. So yeah, no, it's good. It's daunting to me. It's too much for me, bro. It's too much for me, and it's too cartoony. And there's a lot of shit that I know, but I'm just not into it. There's a lot of shit that people like that's like that I'm not into, like Rick and Morty. I'm like, okay, bro. I've seen Family Guy. I've seen Simpsons.
Yeah.
I've seen Futurama.
Bro, you know. I mean, if you, there's only so many archetypes, like stories that you could like use in writing and all.
Right.
Good guy versus bad guy,
right.
Jokes, like, and I don't know. I mean, I think we're all animation fans, so it's a certain type that really moves you.
Right.
Like it's not just
any old thing.
Like color and like flashy
exactly
powers or some shit. You guys have some meaning.
Yeah, facts. Like I don't care how good the fights are. If the fights are hella good, I'm just gonna watch the fights. Dragon Ball Super, for example, I've never seen any episodes other than the Tournament Power arc, which is the end. That's it. I've only watched Tournament Power.
Hey, that's fair. I watched that first one because Future Trunks is boss, and that was kind of cool. But other than that, I didn't watch that. High School of the Dead, as y'all can see clearly, because Shienko's back there. That was one of my favorite animes.
I watched One Punch Man. One Punch Man
was a really good shonen.
But that's like a superhero, but it's like it's not super serious. It's really like written really different than it's like making fun of anime almost.
Right. And that's what I like about it, is that it's subversive and it takes things to like another kind of level.
Going to another type of level. Do you guys appreciate John Ito and like Uzumaki and the horror anime that he does in black and white? Usually it's like
Gantz. That's not the guy who did Gantz, is it?
Not he's inspired a lot of the darker anime like Uzumaki and the cave that has the cracks in it where people walk through. I mean, I'll get more research next time, but yeah, there's there's even horror anime. So,
oh yeah, no, definitely. Have you ever Blood C Plus? Yes. Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan
is good.
It's nuts, yeah.
Even Devilman Crybaby. Shit was crazy.
Dora and Rampa. That's a really that is a freaking psycho mind of an anime right there, boy. Woo! Mob
Psycho.
Woo.
Yeah, Mob Psycho, Psychopaths.
Yeah.
The first season of Tokyo Ghoul.
Yep. Evangelion, the entire series. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is a mind fuck. Like what the oh my god. At the end of that, it kind of makes you just sit there and be like, wait, what? What's sorry, what?
It's crazy.
And Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, Battle Royale.
Yeah, off the movie though. All right, so when you speak of anime from the movie, what about movies that feel like anime? Like, I mean, I'm saying Squid Game, so it feels like a cartoon in real life. Like overseas, they treat their cartoons like movies. They don't treat. They take their animation way more serious than we do over here.
I agree. We
well, they don't have they don't have a movie. They don't have a what is it? A writer? Not a writers guild, but they don't have a media guild in the foreign countries like we do. So they can take. They have to. Everything they do out there has to be like fucking crisp and top notch. One fuck up and your anime's done, and then that's it. Like, man, like think about this if you will. For us, we get like Sports Illustrated, we get Game Informer, we get like, you know, freaking like Vogue and Ebony and all that. In Japan, they get Shonen Jump.
So it's very competitive.
Yeah.
Very
and like
competitive.
maybe like Vogue. That's it. Like they don't get no other real magazines other than Shonen Jump. So their anime has to be on point. Like if you can think of it, it has an anime. Final Fantasy 15
Yes.
has an anime.
And then you got to think about it like this. What does that say about overseas artists? Like artists that are in high school who are like, I can't wait to get older and draw. Like, you know, we all have aspirations of drawing and writing and stuff when we're young, but like they just write and draw on a whole nother level. They really do.
Oh yeah, that's because the guy who wrote Bleach, he got pulled out of school to write that when he was like 17 years old. Like they literally they have to work 20. Shout out to all of the manga artists out there who literally have to work 24/7. Okay, like drawing all the art, making it, like putting it together. You guys are the real MVPs. Like they do not get enough credit, and they literally have to work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Like they rarely get to take breaks. So whenever you see an anime or a manga that's like consistent, just know that dude is killing himself to make that for you.
Well,
Literally.
just if that's the same for a comic book illustrator. You write or draw for Marvel or DC. Industry norm is like a page a day. Illustrating a page a day at minimum. And you got to think about some of the art that you looked at in your comic books. Some of it is detailed, some of it's crazy detailed, but like at the minimum, a page a day.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I think that shows a hard work ethic, which I do appreciate. But you know what? At this point, I'm fine with some short nice shit. I'd rather take some short nice shit than some long shit. Now,
I'm gonna take that knowledge, bro. I'm working on something right there. That's thank you for that one. Short and sweet. I think the internet world has made us like that too.
Right.
My premise for my emotion thing is probably gonna be like 3 to I was thinking about doing 10-minute shorts, but I was like, that is way too long. Like a 3-minute short, way better.
Yeah.
Better. Then you can release like instead of having a 10-minute episode, you can release 3-minute shorts, and now you got a 10-minute episode already. And now it's episodic.
Right. You could do like a compilation or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So, and it's better to start with smaller pieces, right? Because we as human beings, we could think about this macro, we could work on this macro, but one step at a time, one little step at a time, and we'll do better. Like Will Smith said, don't focus on the wall, focus on laying that one brick as good as you could, and then move forward. I think with that, we can go ahead and get up out of here. Any last words, boys?
Great show. Thank you, man. Great show.
If I had any last words, it would be always remember, kids, that there's always someone out there, man. Whether it be counselors at school or people on the internet, not necessarily people at home or local law enforcement, for that matter, will help you. But there's plenty of internet detectives out there that will. So, hey yo.
Age?
I would say, I'm still recovering from Thanksgiving food. Seeing family was really special, and it was really nice to see my family because we didn't get to see each other last year, so it was really important to see each other. So I feel good about it. It was like me seeing Grandma and TT and everyone. It was what my soul needed. I really miss my family. So yeah,
I'm glad to hear that, man.
Thank you.
And I would just say, y'all keep loving yourselves, man. If you don't learn how to love yourself, you can't love nobody else for real. Okay, it's not gonna happen no matter how bad you want it.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts. Good night, y'all.
Good night, man. Good night, peeps.